and came back, and it was just within 2 or 3 points toward the end of the match. And it was like, you know, huge gains were made when control was gained. And we are back and we are live, underway with this first match. Live fire, Strongholds. Welcome to Halo Rec League.
Yes, sir. Leads are never safe in the game of Strongholds. eDivided now with all 4 players on their roster in this game 1. Certainly a step in the right direction, as they've already got scoring in their favor right off the bat. Who knew a 4v4 would have shifted the tides that much, huh?
And not only that, but already 4 points on the board, 4 points, kills rather, on the board for eDivided. Kaiser Ryan coming through strong, has the overshield, and really kind of pushing strong 2 players down on Inept. Currently looking like eDivided might be able to acquire full control here. 30 points on the board. Looks like Inept, one of the players touched the A site, which stopped scoring for just a moment. But man, that was a short-lived moment. Now scoring double. Oh, nope. So Sulfur looks like he was able to touch the C site there for a moment. Now back into the position of double scoring. It's back and forth, up by 50. Only in just a few minutes here into this match.
A good shot there to keep the pressure off of him and his teammates, to finally allow Inept to take scoring back in their favor. eDivided did a good job though of spotting these Inept players, especially when they were still struggling, to keep scoring in their favor for just that much longer, as they've opened up about a 60-point lead and looking to keep scoring in their favor. A Basket Weaver and the rest of his Inept squad mates certainly don't want that to happen though. Basket's gonna have to get past Kaiser here though, opting to play his life. Can he get him? Oh yes sir, clearing the way.
Like fish in a barrel when you're trapped in that. This, like, you have nowhere to go. Basket Weaver taking the brunt into that. Look at this. They got B site in their control. Now Inept in a position of scoring, breaking the BC hold for 74 points that eDivided had at a lockdown. And now Inept coming back and trying to answer to this. Demise currently the top player in the entire lobby, 6 kills and 3 deaths, as Inept is now just past the 25-point mark.
Yes, sir. Inept scoring back in their favor. I do believe they took that OS also back into their hands, so they should be able to put up a decently sized defense, though. Not entirely sure where that OS player is. Demazy picking up a snipe to the face for his trouble. Now Businessman gets taken down by Vexation. C4 is there for the trade, though. Now C4 eyeing the rest of these Inept players. I think all 3 members of Inept staring at him. They don't want him to get too much closer. Kills traded out.
The amazing C4 stepping up. Oh my gosh, look at that. He lost it. Unfortunately, he lost the power up, and that was kind of huge at that moment because he could have knocked the enemy off. Right outside of the B site where that ledge is, it's a really good opportunity to take advantage of that repulsor and knock the enemies off. Now, just now, claiming the lead for the first time, Inept with the AB lockdown, and they've had it now for 80 seconds in a row. Basket Weaver with another great nade onto Demise. Man, the control, the vast leads, it's so consistent on this map. It just seems like once you have control, it's easy to keep it. You know, both of these teams have just scored almost 80 points in a row on both of their streaks back to back.
Yeah, both of these teams certainly going back and forth. And for Inept, I mean, we mentioned that BC hold, but for them, at least so far, it seems no tower, no problem. We've seen some teams try to loop around that dummy side of the map and say, forget A at all costs and really throw everything to flip C. But Inept have happily played this AB hold. It seems C4 and eDivided may want to take A for themselves, as C4 and his eDivided teammates have snuck into the A point, taking scoring back for just a second with an unconventional AC hold. Not for too long though.
Now in a position of scoring with the BC lockdown. Inept really come through strong. I mean, I looked at the scoreboard that one time, 3 players were down and still the C site was being claimed. The only alive player on the side of Inept was still capturing a site. And now they have all of them right now. And look at that, they're on a lead of 130 to 76. They've now been capturing in a position of scoring for well over 2 minutes, 140 seconds almost on that scoreboard, as eDivided takes control of the B site, now in a BC hold. I don't really see the arrangement of players to say that this is a necessarily control, but they have captured the locations, and really Demise pushing down here toward the trench. It's not looking like he's going to want to stay at the B site and keep it safe. He is able to get a real good kill on a Pale Pally. They're now helped by his teammates as they rotate back towards the B site.
That kill should finally give them a bit of a setup. Vexation here, though. I mean, just as we brought up how they don't want to give up C, it seems Inept here finally throwing some more bodies towards B and C as 3 and I believe 4 for just a second go down for eDivided. It'll certainly give Inept all the space they need to take whatever setup they so choose, and makes sense. It seems they've chosen the BC setup this time around.
Old Faithful, you know, it's a matter of whether or not it works, and I don't think it's worth deviating when so far this seems pretty consistent that, you know, when these high level teams, you know, we're in, you know, this is a challenger level match. These are good players, diamond and above. These players, they know how to hold these locations. They're there to support their teammates, and when you get a good control, when you get good lockdown, you know, that's exactly what delineates a good team from a great one, is having that cohesion together to really work it and make sure you maintain that control. And now eDivided in a position of scoring almost with full domination, other than Inept currently capturing the A site. We see Pale Pally here to defend the C site as he's actually about to take this for his team.
Yeah, Pale Pally, the only player really on that side of the map, getting that overshield virtually uncontested. He tried to use it to flip C. eDivided did a really good job of keeping him off of it, though, and while they don't have scoring back in their hands, they certainly do have the more favorable of the two A and C spots. I mean, teams love that top tower position, even if they're not scoring. Could be a good setup for a good attack here, although Basket Weaver doesn't want them to mount this offense that easily. He takes down 1. Businessman is still in the play, though. He's got the green gun in hand. Can he put it to use? He hits the shot and he takes down Basket Weaver. Open space. Might be able to get eDivided this B point now.
With the B point now in the pocket of eDivided and in a position of scoring, still down by just shy of 40 seconds on that clock. We are currently just past the 7-minute mark into this game with the current score of 140 to 169 as Inept, with control of the A site, going for control of the B and the C simultaneously. Looks like they're going to come out of this in a position of scoring, but eDivided on the flank with the A site hold. There was just an absolute flip of territory lockdowns right there. And we saw it go from an AC to a BC real quick.
Yeah, I mean, good play by those remaining eDivided players not to fight into what was a power play for Inept. They said, you know what, you have B, you have C. No triple cap, though. We're going to take A off of your hands. A decent play to keep the water from flooding their house here, so to speak, as there's no triple cap scoring just yet. Your demise, trying to clear out this player on the B site. Does he know that that player has a sniper? He's going to have to watch his angle. He's got a teammate there to help him, right? Demise takes out Vexation. Still that tricky player on the B hill to get rid of, though. It seems he's behind him. Sulfur, cheeky double kill. I believe he picked up one with the snipe, picked up the other with his bare fists. Doing some work to keep that B hill still in Inept's possession. What a play.
Pale Pally with the overshield as he pushes toward the B site, nails a perfect shot with the BR. Now flanking this, his teammates there to help them acquire control of the B site. Now in double scoring. Look at this, Inept going for what could be the final streak in the first game, stepping up. 15 seconds left on the clock. The A site gets touched by eDivided, no longer double scoring. Look at eDivided also on the C site, giving presence where presence is strong. Almost touches it, is not able to come through and respond to that. That could have been what decided it.
Oh, wow.
Hand off the edge, Kaiser. 6 seconds on the clock.
Oh my goodness. Sulfur doing so much for his team right now. Basically the sentry gun on that B hill. We saw the double kills earlier. There he throws a player off of the map. I mean, Inept aren't really scoring for now, but Sulfur doing everything he can to make sure his team doesn't lose B. And now eDivided have got to fly into the nearest hill. They choose to fly into A. Perhaps the closest hill off the spawn. It will be difficult to get any semblance of control off of it, as so many kills get traded. 3 fall for eDivided. And oh my goodness, that last eDivided player has snuck into B somehow. The amazing C4 takes down Sulfur. How long can he survive? He's really trying to play his life. He makes it around the first corner. He can't get around the second.
He is able to actually get control of the site, and just as quickly as he prevented defeat, they're able to reclaim the site, and the first win will go on the
I
board.
suppose we'll see which one of those is going to be the case in this game too. We follow Vexation. He's ran into 2 eDivided players. Doesn't want any of that action as he drops down into the yellow courtyard. eDivided player drops down as well. He's killed for his trouble. Now Soulful eyeing a player in the blue courtyard. Does he get him? This player, oh my goodness, Demise playing his life so supremely. Leads him right into the trap. And 3 go down for Inept. Now Basket Weaver, those dynamos in hand. We brought him up. eDivided doing a good job to neutralize that player with the dynamos though.
eDivided's up by 2. Came off the rip a little bit strong. Amazing C4. We saw really good. You even called it out. Saw really good death mitigation. You know, just being conscious of when you're low, and then not only avoiding the shots, but also, you know, encouraging the enemy to move into a line of sight that exposes them to one of your teammates. So just being aware of where your teammates are and passively, oh, nice double kill on the board for Kaiser, and just passively moving, you know, in a way that supports them to, you know, help me help you. That's the kind of team you need to play as. Is you know, put the enemies where I can help shoot them. You know.
Yeah, without a doubt, that baiting and switching so important on a map like Aquarius where you don't have too much gear that can kind of flip the average battle in a player's favor. And so far, eDivided has done a pretty good job of that. The lead 9-6. Inept trying to claw back. Vexation picks up 1. Now we see Twisted here. Are the dynamos up, and is he making the play for him? Who knows? Pale Pally now pushing. Ooh, perhaps ops against pushing through Fridge. Has spotted some players in the blue courtyard. Naded for his trouble. A good nade from C4 there. Was on the hop up, a cheeky angle. Maybe he got it off the ceiling. Basket Weaver trading some kills. This game getting a little bit closer here.
Dynamo nades. We've actually seen a lot of dynamo nades this game. What is up with that? We have a recaster, like premonition. That's weird. It seems like it's been in every other clip. But Twisted with the pistol and a double kill on the board. That deserves a round of applause. If I've ever seen someone pull out a pistol in a BR's match, that's just ballsy, and I'm proud of it.
What a play from Twisted, and 3 go down for Inept. I mean, a huge play for eDivided to not just secure a bit more of a cushion, but also for Twisted, that pistol player who we just mentioned. Picked up the big double kill to get that active camo in his team's hands. I mean, it's no overshield, but you'd much rather have it in your team's hand than in the others. And yet again, C4, I mean, like a magician there, gets out with his life and leads him right towards a teammate as Demise picks up a double kill. Can't exactly find the triple, though. He'd much rather have his life instead. I mean, I completely agree. Now C4, he's got that heat wave. Does he know how many Inept players are around this corner, though? Oh, he knows one's behind him. His Basket Weaver is just a little too far, but his teammate Twisted is there. Can these 2 eDivided players link up for that kill? I'm not entirely sure.
eDivided, look at it. They're over double the amount of points. eDivided has been so strong and so together in this. Just look at the total amount of assists on and compare the 2 sides. eDivided has been there for one another. Like in statistically, the majority of every engagement, every single kill, they have half of the assists that they do kills. They're there for one, actually more than half. Look at this. That's honestly an extremely good record. And I think one of the statistics that if you were to drill down into like Halo Pro stats and stuff, the percentage of assists to kills is like an indicator. Every kill, you have an opportunity for an assist. So if you have a team with a higher percentage of kills to assists, then it's like they're there for their teammates. And that, I think, is a really good way to demonstrate, you know, statistically, togetherness in Halo.
Yeah, and eDivided doing that to a T. I mean, amazing C4 and Demise, they got more assists than kills so far in this game. I mean, you mentioned it. eDivided doing such a good job at playing together, buddying up, doing a great job at baiting and switching to such an incredible degree that's got their lead looking really strong. Inept. Still a lot of Halo left to play here, though, in this map, too. eDivided just now crossing that midway mark, now 26 kills. Demise, another assist there for eDivided. It's 3 players on that Fridge side. Basket Weaver spots out 1, though. Oh, Sulfur's got that camo. Don't think Demise knows about him. Let's see what he can do with it. Big heat wave shots. Takes 4 to get him, although it seems he's been spotted out just a little bit, trying to make his escape. So one shot, can he get out there? Kaiser's looking for him. Oh, his teammate on eDivided, Twisted, picking up that kill. And this lead tightening up just a bit, Now it's down to only 8.
Yes, sir. Vexation comes through with a double kill. and kind of, you know, moves that bar a little bit more toward Inept's favor. But still, you know, struggling to maintain. It sucks because when you're down this far, you know, so most of the time trades aren't bad. Like you know, you're at least breaking even. But you know, you really are kind of biding your trades with your time, and you really are under a time crunch. I mean, there's 18 more points left in the game, so you know that really gives each player on Inept like four opportunities, a little over 4 opportunities for each player to die. And it's just like if you get 1 or 2 trades, then there's half of your chances to net positive for your team and to take the lead, or to at least inch closer toward gaining the lead.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. That if one of these teams is down, the other team is gonna have a golden opportunity to hunt these trades, and as eDivided inch toward that 40 kill mark, you can look to them to buddy up even more aggressively than they have now, because they know even if their teammate falls, if they can secure a trade, they can get that much closer to victory. The basket
Into that, but Inept's wanting to grab this invis, and I think that they have that in their pocket now. And with that invis in the pocket, that could be a factor. You know, that's going to mitigate the risk of trades, and the potential for failure for success will be higher. Unfortunately, though, with the shock rifle there, or the light rifle rather, what is that gun even called? Heat wave. The heat wave. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to do them as much good as it probably could have.
Yeah, and I believe that player in the blue cargo area was that camo player. eDivided doing a decent job at finding that camo player, although I do believe it was by accident. I believe camo player shot first and they just happened to trade out the engagement. Huge play for eDivided to put out the fire before it could really begin, as eDivided have now finally crossed that 40 kill marker, still with a decent lead over Inept, about 8 kills here. eDivided in a really strong position to tie up the series 1-1.
Yes, sir. We are definitely, based on this match, we are definitely going to see match 4 of tonight's series. Out come the Dynamos. I didn't really see much hit markers from that. It looks like the nades they both escaped in the upper area of that room, and I don't think that those nades really made much contact. Still, though, inching closer toward a 10-point lead. Now the 10-point lead has been made. 4 points left for eDivided. That is only 4 deaths left for Inept. Every player now has 1 try. Sulfur getting shots in refrigerator. That's not a great spawn. That's not how you want to start your last try, last ditch effort for this game. Pale Pally was able to come through with a nice kill, as well as Basket Weaver. Basket Weaver taking a fall. 47 now, 3 points left. eDivided coming back and wanting to answer, get a point on the board in this series match of contender premades, or challenger rather.
Yes, sir. And I mean, on Chumps night, certainly would love to have a 2-0 lead if you're Inept, but they're down by 6. I mean, they've got to look to really try to slow this game down and try to punish eDivided, catch any stragglers, because eDivided is so close, now only 1 kill away from tying up the set. See if Twisted here is able to get it. Pale Pally drops to save his life. Now we may see these players play a bit more careful. 3 on that P2 side. See if eDivided can find that straggling player in the yellow base, or if they'll just decide to fly into Fridge. It seems they opted to fly into Fridge, and eDivided have tied this series
of this season. And we are in the 3rd match. This is going to be a tiebreaker situation between Inept and eDivided. So if you want to get yourself in on this action, check out Discord, join the community. It's an awesome situation they got going on here. You know, just to be able to play some Halo, not have to be you know, competing with the pros every time. There's 3 different skill brackets, but here's Kaiser with the rockets as he's going to go for this hill. He's getting some time already on the board for eDivided. He has the rockets in his possession. 3 players down on Inept, and he decided he don't want to get any more points. He's not going to try to capture that hill.
I mean, he's playing really safe with those rockets. Perhaps he wants to bait, maybe a equipment malfunction for the player. Not entirely sure what his game plan was there, though. Inept respond with ease to take the hill back into their control. Surely they'll have rockets in their possession as well. Now C4 with the Sentinel Beam. Can't quite put it to too effective use. There's Pale Pally with those rockets in hand. Twisted doing a good job to stop it before it could do any damage. There's still 3 Inept players to deal with. Oh, Kaiser Ryan ended up finding those rockets back. Picked up a double kill for his trouble. Wow, you'd love to see that.
Yeah, it looked like he had some sort of equipment failure, like you said. He was just standing in one spot, and someone got a double kill on him. And then he did. He came back and got the gun that he dropped and then used it and got some points. And right now, like a lot more scoring here in the first minute and a half of this game. In fact, eDivided, I think they had to have taken some lessons learned from the first few moments of the failed match last time. Now they're very close to coming through and collecting their point, but Inept's not going to let it go without a fight. They're pushing this 3 players down on Twisted. A great retake from Inept. Twisted's now being watched from across the map as Inept does have control of this hill. And it looks like they have a good control of the hill. Like their players are alive. They're in the hill. 4 seconds left on the Rockets. Well-placed nade from Sulfur.
My goodness, Vexation, he caught a stick in game 1 as well. Vexation has got his hands up for these footballs that eDivided are throwing. What a chaotic rocket play there. A double kill, but also takes himself out for the trouble. 3 down on Inept, and eDivided looking pretty strong on this hill. Not too much time left before they take their first score of this King of the Hill on streets. What a nade there from Kaiser to keep that Inept player from diving in at the very last second. Does Kaiser have the pizza jump in his bag? Oh, he does. Yes, sir. Are Inept ready for this? Oh, maybe not. Kaiser Ryan picks up 1, and eDivided have got the hill in their hands.
First point in the board for eDivided. Oh, that's gonna that sets the tone a lot, doesn't it? You know, Inept now has to come back against that. This is a game to 4 points, so really 25% of the progress toward winning is now in the pocket of eDivided. Inept now with the being asked to respond, they're going to need to come back against this. Now from the perspective of Sulfur, as he watches the ramp, he gets some shots on Twisted, and Twisted is going to go down. eDivided is still pushing this just below the staircase. Pale Pally from above, able to get some shots on Kaiser. 3 players on Inept are on the hill. Great demonstration of control, of teamwork. There were 2 of them with no shields. They backed out, and the other ones came in. And that's right there. That's how Inept is going to respond to the first point being on the board for eDivided.
Yeah, Inept's doing such a good job there. And if you're eDivided in that scenario, it's just so difficult to fight into. Inept kept getting these picks, and they kept playing so strongly together. It made it really hard for eDivided to get in there. But eDivided got a pick in their favor, and with the tide a bit more even, they used that pressure to take the hill back, although Pale Pally wants it back in his team's hands. Takes down Amazing C4, 2 down for eDivided. Where are these other eDivided players? Vexation has spotted 1. Oh, he sees 2. Twisted Ned wasn't really ready for him, though. Oh, the Rocket's almost in Inept's favor. He gets killed for his trouble. These Rockets still down on the ground. Oh my goodness. The 3rd player drops Rockets.
It sounded like a villager there, just back-to-back oohs as the Rockets get picked up, put down, picked up, put down. I wasn't sure if that was a Morgan Wallen song or what.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know if anyone even has the Rockets so far. A good shotgun play there on the Commando, though, to clear up some space. Seems Twisted just found the Rockets in his hands. He's the only one really alive for his eDivided team right now, though. Demise and Kaiser finally coming off of spawn. Twisted goes down. Nothing too crazy with the Rockets, though. These eDivided players are flying into the hill, and it makes sense. Inept is right there to tying up this game.
Very, very close to coming through and getting that point, but it is not on the board yet. eDivided is in this hill. They have control. A triple kill on the board from the Amazing C4. I mean, I don't think it's actually C4 that's in a frag grenade, but it was quite amazing.
Might as well have been C4 there. A big nade and a double 2 kills with the BR, 1 kill with that superb grenade. And eDivided are not going to take this second hill lying down, it seems, as they've got control back into their hands. 4v4 though. Everyone's even, although Basket Weaver now goes down. Inept have got to start flying here. They've got to take whatever they can get. 3 go down for Inept. The supreme defense for eDivided as they go up 2-0.
My gosh, eDivided coming through. That was so close to inching into Inept's favor. And unable to finalize the point. All of the work gets flushed down the toilet. And 2 points on the board for eDivided. Now going into the 3rd. We're at PD now. Just outside of the lobby of PD. Shots fired. 2 down on the side of eDivided. Twisted as he pushes up toward this flower box. Sees the player up top, but Amazing C4 is able to kill Vexation. And from behind, you see Vexation also take a fall. Still not much toward this point for either teams until now. Demise perspective as he pushes up toward the mid. It looks like Inept is going to be able to get just a little bit of time toward their point. here in this King of the Hill match at Streets.
Yeah, it seems both teams kind of forgoing the hill for a little bit for the rockets that spawned. Per usual, I've got no clue who actually ended up with it in their hands. Oh, we've got the POV of that person. T4 seems he's already given up a rocket, although this hill's empty. Does he know where these Inept players are to put it to use? He's got the call that someone's back there in back A, but he doesn't know where the rest of these Inept players are really to put that last rocket. What a nade from Kaiser to take out Basket Weaver at the back of PD. That back A player still proving to be a thorn in his side. Oh no. A teammate off of a grenade off his own teammate. For some wacky team kill action, and 3 go down for eDivided. I'm not entirely sure if C4 on eDivided even had a chance to use that rocket, but if you're Inept, it doesn't really matter. Oh, Demise with a cheeky play to trade someone on the hill with the Sentinel Beam, but still nothing for eDivided just yet.
Sentinel beams will help you get kills and help your team inch toward a little bit more toward that victory. 3 players at one point in time there just a moment ago were down on the Inept side. That's going to give eDivided another opportunity to get some points, to score some time to move toward the next point. And they're doing exactly that, almost answering the initial huge lead that Inept was able to put onto this point. And man, Inept, they're putting themselves in a situation where they're just not finalizing on these points. They've invested over half of the amount that they need to get this point. eDivided is still in a position of scoring. Well placed shots there from Demise. 3 players down from Inept, and that's going to be really close to putting the nail through the coffin and claiming the third point on the board for eDivided.
Yeah, eDivided has done such a good job of, I mean, they've been taking these first hits on all of these hills, with Inept taking the first hold on the second and third hill, but they've done such a good job of taking that punch and to keep on swinging. Now on this third hill, this third hill can definitely get messy. Certainly lots of grenades will be thrown this hill's way, so some explosive action to get this this fourth point on the board if you're eDivided. So still so far going back and forth between the two teams, although 3 fall for Inept. They're come off respawn right now. eDivided taking the first really good hold onto this hill. Inept would rather put an end to it sooner than later, though.
Sulfur with a well-placed shot. He almost comes to with a double kill over there near the ATM. 3 players down and eDivided. Inept is in a position of scoring. Can they get their first point on the board? That question needs to be answered, though. All 4 down on eDivided. The question needs to be answered. Can they get the first point on the board? They need to get all 4 points consecutively in order to come back and win this game. 1 more point will be the final nail through the coffin, and eDivided will claim the lead here in this series of Challenger Premade matches. Halo Rec League, thank you all for watching. Let's look at it. Inept's very close to getting this point.
So eDivided have control of the hill for now. C4 getting some help from his teammates. Demise clearing the way, although a big grenade trading him out. And Inept, if you're Inept, you don't want to let eDivided sneak in and take this hill like they've done so every single time. You've really got to regain composure. You've got some time here. You can take your time here, but you've certainly got to take it. If you're Inept, you don't want to let eDivided get the sweep on King of the Hill going into what could be their match point.
eDivided is still doing a great job of staying together. Sulfur with the rotate takes out Demise. Almost gets the second, but the shotty's there to make sure it doesn't happen. More shotty kill assist. The Spanker's in the possession of eDivided. eDivided with the rocket kill. Amazing C4. Can they get this? This may be it, folks. eDivided has control of the rockets. They have a position of scoring, and just like that, execution. eDivided coming through strong. It was just, they had such good teamwork.
We'll see how the teams choose to play around that. We already saw Sulfur do pretty well with the shock rifle. We'll see if there are any other shock rifle demons on this map in this lobby here.
1 player down, eDivided. That's first blood in the pocket of Inept. It looks like Pale Pally as well as Vexation. Both are succumbed to the kills of eDivided. 3 now on the board. It does not look like a similar situation from last time. Unfortunately, Inept did not come out on top of off the rip here at Oddball at Recharge. It looks like the shock rifle is in the possession of Inept. So with that in their belt, you know, they may be able to do some damage to get the opportunity. It's really interesting about and this is a general piece of information about the shock rifle. If you shoot a weapon that's on the ground with a shock rifle, it'll like shock things around it. So even if someone's hiding behind something, you can shoot an object and it'll still do damage to what's around it. It's kind of really neat.
Yes, sir. I mean, many players opting to go for broke to get that headshot, but if someone's around a tricky piece of cover, your options, your game against them is not over if you can find a weapon to shoot. And Sulfur, that shock rifle player, goes down. Amazing C4 on the other side of the map. Big sword kill for Inept to go 4 down for just a brief moment here. Some of their players already coming off respawn. Do eDivided know that they spawned so close to them though? Kaiser Ryan trying to get a bit of a pipe setup here, already catching some grenades. Have any Inept players made it into pipes? Don't think so, although Kaiser Ryan would much rather move the ball towards his teammates in the A setup here. We'll see how Inept respond as they're down a player at the moment. Oh, wow.
Back smack. That's where, like, you know, the field of view can kind of catch you off guard a little bit. I'm not sure if he had the opportunity to see that with his viewfinder settings, but yeah, that definitely looked like he had the opportunity to see that. He got back smacked. Yuck. eDivided in a position of scoring 34-13, up by 20. Definitely a different situation here in the first part of this game than we did the last. Amazing C4 with the sword. He's going to come out. He sees the player with the invis. He's able to get that shot. Unfortunately, not do much more than just that trade.
What a play from Amazing C4. He was chasing a different guy, but he was able to keep his wherewithal, keep his head on his shoulders as he inadvertently ran into that camo player and was able to take him out as well. Good head on his shoulders for Amazing C4, and see, we've got a good head on Basket Weaver's shoulders as he's getting some cheeky time for his team, playing it in back hydro. If anyone pressures him, he's right there to play the ball off the map. Although Inept, or eDivided rather, taking their time getting there though. So I don't think anyone's even at the ball carrier. Do they know? Perhaps they overestimated the defense around that ball player there. Someone's finally surprised him and forced him to play the ball off the map. Although Inept's got good time out of what's supposed to be a pretty cheeky, sneaky play.
Yeah, and those cheeky plays can really be, you know, if you get 1 or 2 of those opportunities to get 10 or 15 points, yeah, that could make or break the game completely. You know, it's just about capitalizing on every opportunity that you can. And eDivided now with 2 players down, you know, they're going to have to push against this. Inept is now in a position where they're in the lead. Like, they just took the lead. They have been scoring now for almost 50 points in a row as a response to eDivided's initial point scoring lead. Or at least you know, a streak to some capacity, as now all 4 are down on eDivided, and this lead will continue as Inept grabs this ball from Whirlpool and begins to hand to top A. They're gonna have this on lock for at least another 20 seconds. Sandwich.
My goodness, I mean, what a play from Inept. Did you see that? They leave the ball in Turbine, but all the Inept players are there. One eDivided player peeks to see what is up, gets absolutely lasered by everyone, all 4 Inept team members that were lurking in the elevator area. Now Inept have got a bit of a setup. Do they know C4 is back here though? I don't think so. C4 with an explosive entrance, although Vexation with an explosive response. A big grenade to keep the pressure off of this Inept team as 3 go down for eDivided, and they're still racking up these points. They're now 20 points away from round 1.
Away.
Yep.
Literally, we spent at the same time. I felt like we had some harmony there. 20 points away from this victory, 10 points away now. But Inept has gotten all of these points in one streak. This has been one huge streak of 93 points. They're 7 points away from claiming this win. All 4 are down on eDivided, and that's the point. It's in the bag.
My goodness, 98, 99. The snipes from eDivided don't go the way they need it to go. And Inept with they got a pretty big jump start from that cheeky ball play in back hydro, and they just never looked back. What a turnaround for Inept there in round 1.
It is a oddball match where it's really up to eDivided to finalize this game. If eDivided can win this oddball match, they will confirm their victory as the Chumps. Unfortunately, it looks like Inept is not wanting to give up that title so easily. They have 1 point on the board here in this oddball match. They only need to score 1 more. They have to win this round, and then we will go into match 5. But eDivided, you know, in the position that they're in currently, it is an uphill battle for Inept. Inept has to more consistently deliver a performance than eDivided right now. eDivided only needs to do it one more time. And eDivided, you know, they don't have any points. They haven't scored yet in this oddball game, but with 20 points on the board here in the second round of oddball, we could see the same thing that we've seen in previous rounds in this series, where both of these teams have taken huge, distinct leads and huge scoring sequences, like where they get into this situation where they just score so much back to back. And like both teams have done this throughout this entire series, and we could see exactly that. eDivided could quickly summon the nail to go through this coffin. Still, the ball is down, hasn't been touched. It's actually been reset because it wasn't touched, and it is now back at the B site.
My goodness, an absolute bloodbath in A there. Inept and eDivided maybe trying to bait the ball, like we saw Inept do to great success in round 1, although seems both teams were very careful around such a play happening, and they're content to let it go to a reset. Especially if you're eDivided, you're content if you win by time with a 26-point lead here.
Yeah, 100%. And you know that timer only counts down when the ball is not in the possession it's when it's not in a position of scoring. Great shot from Twisted.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
go ahead and give that the halo.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Basket Weaver is now up in attic as he's looking down, trying to get some support for these teammates. Shots onto Twisted, and team kill.
My goodness, I think Basket Weaver jumped down there. He knew the rest of his teammates were there. He didn't know that they were. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Good shot from Twisted there. Some absolute chaos going down in the pit. So Demise for eDivided has finally got that ball in his team's hands as they continue scoring. Inept have yet to score in this round. Just under 3 minutes remaining. So eDivided a little bit closer to just winning the game by score. Only needing 60 points now. Pale Pally, he sees that ball player there, although eDivided doing a good job to keep the heat off of their ball-carrying teammate. Now Basket Weaver from behind. Do eDivided know he's in there? Someone spotted him out. Basket Weaver gonna have to halt the
two
pursuit.
players down. Oops, sorry, sir. Inept with 2 players down, one out coming out attic. eDivided still in a position of scoring. 60 seconds on the clock, and 0 is under the belt of Inept. And we're going to see the pipes control. You know, that pipe hallway is such a good place to control. You have a single hallway where you can rotate from one side of the map to the other. So if the team's pushing Whirlpool, you head toward attic. If the team's pushing Long Haul, you push toward pipes. You know, it's just the A-B lockdown, the type of thing you can easily put yourself in a position that mitigates the enemy being able to get to you easily and helps you get a few points. You know, every opportunity that you can. Inept is able to get the first few points on the board. Basket Weaver taking this ball back here. He's going to want to throw this off, but it doesn't make it quite off the edge. Twisted also going for this, and Sulfur, he's going to go ahead and commit that. Get a few points and commit that, throw it off the edge. And now the ball is on respawn.
Yeah, Basket Weaver maybe trying to get the cheeky ball time that he got in round 1, although eDivided much more ready for it this time, as it seemed everyone dove on the ball that time. And Inept were forced to play it off the map now. 2 minutes and change, eDivided in a really strong position because, I mean, as earlier in the game, they're still in a position where they're pretty content to score on time, but can just as likely score on points, as Inept have taken some of eDivided down, although off the respawn, this eDivided player is playing so aggressively. Sulfur able to make Twisted pay. Can he find Kaiser? Yes, he can. A bit of a double kill. He's got that shock rifle in hands too, though. We know he's liked it in his hand so far. Can he put it to use? He hits a shot. Doesn't exactly kill, though.
It was very close. Some nimble shots with that shock rifle is really all you need to do to impress me these days. Because, man, that thing, it's pretty satisfying, even when it gets that hit marker and it's right on the head. It's nice grenade there from Demise, preventing some additional time from being gathered here by Inept. And ensuring just through that simple nade, the simple but effective nade. Another shot from Demise with a shock rifle. We see a lot of usage of the shock rifle. But just simply by putting that nade there, it's like no one scored. It's been now 20 seconds that it went down on the clock. There's been no scoring. We have a minute and a half left. And eDivided Kaiser is there to pick it up. Doesn't get much time, but enough to get them to 80 seconds. Now they only have 20 seconds left. They're down by 50. Inept picking this ball now in a position of scoring, and they might be able to get control of pipes here and get a little streak that we talked about earlier.
Yes, sir. You see Vexation? He had the ball and the shock rifle. He said, Sulfur, I need you to take this shock rifle and bring us to victory. And now the only one left alive on that Inept roster. Use that shock rifle to weaken the player and then finish him off the old-fashioned way. But eDivided finally able to corral the ball. And he's eDivided, and it seems both teams here have been, I mean, they've been trying to get some cheeky time. We saw earlier Demise punish that Inept player hiding in the batteries area. C4 trying to hide for just a second. I mean, we're close to a minute now. I mean, scrappy ball time might not be the preferred way to score, but at this point, if you're either team, you might take what you can get.
Yeah, and actually, it's not possible right now for Inept to win this round. There's not enough time left on the board for them to even score this. 6 seconds on the clock. Well, 5. eDivided certainly going to take this win as they control it and add it with no contest. The contest comes right as the timer ends. We are now 1-1. This round will be what decides what happens. I mean, this round, it's all on to this round. Which team can hold this oddball for the longest? If it's eDivided, they are the Chumps. If it is Inept, we're going to go into round 5, and they have to show and perform one more time.
Yes, sir. Chumps points for eDivided, and just like these previous games, I mean, Inept have started off strong, but eDivided did a really good job in round 2 to punch back. And they're continuing to do so, as it seems they're trying to lay claim to the very first hold of this round. It doesn't look too strong, though. It's just him and a buddy in there. We'll see if Inept is able to spot that out and play accordingly. They've spotted that first player, although Twisted it's got an angle behind them. It's got a sneak attack. Oh, a big double kill. Can he get the triple kill? Oh, yes, sir. Okay, 4 go down for Inept. A big triple kill for Twisted. Put scoring back in his team's favor. What a play.
Amen to that. 30 seconds on the clock. eDivided not wanting to leave this on the board any longer. They are wanting to confirm this victory and the title and go down in the history books as Season 4 Halo Rec League Chumps. Can they do this? Can they confirm this victory? Well, only 60 seconds left, and that answer can be had.
What a play there from Kaiser Ryan. Knew the setup was at its end. Did a good job to throw the ball into the pit to make it difficult for Inept to get this set up. And now we see eDivided, those players off of respawn, looking to finish what Kaiser Ryan started, although Inept finally able to inch the ball into the back elevator area, and all 4 go down for eDivided. A overkill for Sulfur. Okay, weren't even able to catch all of that, but Sulfur with the moves to give his team some time and space here.
Well, with that alone, tipped the odds into the favor of Inept, at least slightly. 30 points on the board. That's a response, and a shock rifle is back in action. I'm telling you, these players are nailing these shots with the shock rifle. It is downright impressive. eDivided is very, very close to seeing that their lead in this round be lost. Yep, Inept just claimed it. They're now in the position of they're in the lead, and they're still scoring. With 2 players down on both sides, and the ball in the possession. Actually, they dropped it out mid. They were trying to get away to make sure that the enemy team wouldn't be given the ball and the position for controlling. So they threw the ball out mid just to make sure that position wouldn't be had by compromising that ball.
My goodness. I mean, we asked the question earlier if there were any shock rifle demons in the lobby. It seems shock rifle will just empower anyone who touches it in this lobby. I mean, we've seen so many highlight plays. Another great play from, I believe it was Twisted just earlier. Now Inept have got the setup. No, a bit of a sticky situation here. No one exactly has a setup. Kills still being traded. Twisted falls as Sulfur and some of his Inept teammates are trying to get possession in this back elevator area. It seems they finally do, as Vexation picking up one of the last players. Soulful picks up the very last player, and now finally eDivided has been kicked out of Inept setup here.
Yes, sir. And it's been kind of back and forth here. We have noticed throughout this series that both of these teams get into, a streak of scoring. Like, it seems as though it's a reoccurring pattern. But right now, that's not the case. These teams have been going back and forth, just 5-10 seconds at a time between the amount of points that they're able to get. And both teams are really pushing. They're pushing to prevent the scoring from even occurring. They know that this is the final last-ditch attempt. This really Inept. They have to step up, and they have to prevent eDivided from getting this win in order to stay in this championship.
My God, now Inept with a bit of a power play. One player falls on eDivided. Basket Weaver says, forget the guy with the shock rifle. I got to get to the ball. But eDivided able to call that player out and take him out with ease. Now kills being traded abound. And Inept have taken the setup for their own in a bit of a chaotic play. But they've still got the ball in pipes, and Sulfur's got that shock rifle in hand. Here we go.
Sulfur with the shock rifle. The ball is also in their possession. Looks like a recipe for what could be some greatness from Inept if they're able to come back and mitigate this loss. This right here is where it is 3 players down on eDivided. More time is going to be able to be grabbed by Inept. This could be it. Can Inept come through? 25 more seconds is all they need to stay in this championship and progress into the 5th and final round of this series of Challenger Premade matches here on Halo Rec League. Still Inept, 10 seconds left. They are coming ever closer. 3 players down on eDivided. Is that the confirmation?
Okay.
Soulful also with the spike. That is going to be it, folks. We are still in this, and we are going to go into the 5th round in this series. What a great series this has been so far. Slayer game mode. And folks, we are off into the final round of the first series of matches on tonight's event. I would like to thank you all for joining us on Halo Rec League. Let's see who wins the title for the Chumps in the Challenger Premade brackets.
Yes, sir. It is Chumps night. It is got to be game time for both of these two teams. The winner of this match will be our Season 4 Chumps for the Challenger Premade division. And with this first overshield, seems to be going the way of eDivided. Inept did a really good job in the first time we visited Live Fire back in Game 1 to take possession of the power weapons, but eDivided perhaps in a bit fuller form here in this Game 5. Although, had a Inept player with a green gun, a bit of a cheeky play. Took out the wrong guy. He missed the overshield, but he'll be happy with a kill. It's now the overshield and C4 on eDivided, looking to push the pace and apply some pressure. Some kills getting traded out. Seems eDivided come out on top of those trades, though.
You know it's real. You know that these players give a high level of effort when you pull out a noob combo. Like, that just tells you no bars held. That's a testament to that fact. We're not going to hold back anything. We're not going to leave something on the table that can help us confirm this victory. 9-7, eDivided has the lead, but not by much. And we're going to be questioning how well they can maintain this status throughout this entire game. And not only we, with Inept, are going to be questioning that. They're going to want to come through here and get some kills and try to maintain a little bit of a lead. But, you know, 2 minutes into this game, and we're already seeing them play slow. You know, they're not pushing. They're not overcommitting. The amazing C4, there's 2 enemies right here forward. He's marking. He's shooting. He has shots on. Both of them are hurt. Overshield has 5 seconds on it. He wants to be there to contest that overshield, but he also doesn't want to lose his life. Overshield has spawn. It's in the pocket of Basket Weaver. He's able to get it on, get it equipped. He's not gonna. They're not gonna like this. Look, they're falling back. Smart move from Demise and Amazing C4, as they're able to save their life for just a few more seconds. Still in a scurry for this life, though. Now on the response, Sulfur from the other side of the tunnels. Actually, all 3 of those guys just died. That was a massacre. Tied 12-12 in this Slayer game. This is still, like, both teams are still well in this match.
My goodness. eDivided there knew better than to overtly challenge that overshield player. At the same time, though, Inept knew better than to let these players get away when you have such a strong advantage with that overshield. And so far, I mean, you mentioned it, this game going back and forth. We've got a tie game. Each team has gotten 1 overshield. I mean, if I had to call it from here, it would basically be a coin flip. This game's still so close between the 2 teams.
100%. And one thing to note is, and I'm not sure if this is evident or anything that we can use as like a form of analysis just to say what with any level of confidence what may happen, but I'm just not seeing the same level of percentage of assists to kills from eDivided this game or last game that we did in the first 3. It's like something happened somewhere in the first 3 games that they clicked. That it was like almost like a 1-to-1 ratio. Almost every kill they had an assist with it. They were there for one another, but I'm just not seeing that on these most recent games. So I'm not sure if we can use that analysis to, with any form of confidence, say what may or may not happen. Still, this is very much up in the air, like you said. A coin flip could be the difference between a single trade, a single engagement. And that's why every moment, every decision, really the weight of the entire the entire title can come down to just the flip of the wrist by Sulfur with a sniper as he tries to go for that shot. All 4 down on Inept.
Oh, wow.
And it's now tied. They had to actually suffer all those casualties for eDivided to come back and tie that. So, man, we're still in this. We have an overshield and we have a noob combo in the possession of an Inept player. Let's see how well they use it.
Let's see if they can spot out that overshield player. The shot goes off and misses Amazing C4 though. They've already shot off about half of that overshield. We'll see if eDivided can continue to keep up this pressure. We saw Inept really flip a switch as soon as they got that overshield, but eDivided have not had the same success upon grabbing the overshield as Twisted falls. And I mean, you mentioned that lack of assist counter. Inept believes have slightly more assists so far in this game. You see them playing really, ironically, really united here on this C tower hold here against that eDivided push with the overshield player in hand. They'll C4 here with that green gun. I believe his teammate has got the snipe in hand. We'll see if they'll be able to bounce back as this game is still tied.
The amazing C4 noob combo in hand goes for the nade. Just not helpful. It's his teammate. Deploys the shield cover and has tried to go to contest this. Pale Pally takes a death. And it's now still very close game. 26-25. eDivided slightly in the lead. Amazing C4 is charging with this plasma pistol. He has the noob combo in his hand. And he's gonna try his hardest to use this.
Oh, he found one.
And does. Gets Pale Pally. That was a funny perspective, a unique perspective to be able to see the plasma pistol burst and then the death. It was a quick shot too. I'll give that to him. Even though it was a noob combo, it was well executed.
That was like instantaneous. The guy was full shields and then he became deleted. Now demise. I mean, it seems everyone on eDivided has picked up green guns here.
The noob combo is they call it a noob combo specifically because it's just an easy thing to do. What used to be, but now it's a little bit more difficult. But just the consistency, I think, this is a combo that definitely is they're not leaving anything on the table. No bars are being held. Up by 6 points now, 7 points. eDivided has been able to come through like on top of these engagements. This is the strongest lead that we've seen in this Team Slayer game. And now that we're past the halfway mark, it could be the lead that really does it. Almost up by 10 now. The Inept has died time and time again. Double kill on the board for Kaiser. And now just slightly less than 10 kills of a lead. Oh, it's not looking good here for Inept, folks. As it seems as though the past few moments have just compounded against them. Pale Pally goes down once again as well. And eDivided showing that they're ever closer with only 13 points left. 13 make that 12 kills to confirm this Chumps championship title. Oh man, this is a heated fight here, Sandwich.
Yeah, eDivided, I mean, rising up when they need to the most. Oh my goodness, Kaiser Rain getting peeking the clambering over the cover gets met with 3 Inept players. He was already fighting one. The entirety of this Inept team making up this fight. Oh, big no scope. Okay, Twisted. What a shot to keep the pressure off of his eDivided teammates on the tower. My goodness. Those shock rifle instincts kicking in. Forget the scope. Just hits the, I mean, no scope, no problem for Twisted there. What a shot.
Very, very close to 10-point lead here. eDivided only has 10 kills left before they can claim this win. And you've heard my way of analyzing this before. I'm going to say it again. That really only gives eight deaths right now for Inept. They can die 8 times. That's 1 death or 2 deaths per player. So really each player now has 2 attempts to try to stay in this game. And with a lead of more than 10 here with only 7 kills left, man, this is just an uphill battle for Inept at this point. Everything is on the line, and there are only 6 deaths before that line is crossed.
Yeah, Inept have got to play so careful. You have to keep in mind that I believe Twisted still has that sniper rifle in hand. He's using it to leverage control onto that back B area. Although Sulfur may have gotten behind the sniper here. He does have to take out his armed bodyguards. He does so with ease with the help of a teammate. And now they've perhaps disarmed some of eDivided's arsenal as 3 fall. Although eDivided are still so close to victory. As you mentioned, Sozer, they're this close to a victory. You might start to see them diving at teammates or diving at opponents, rather, looking, hunting for these trades. And if you're Inept, you've got to try to stop that at all costs.
5 deaths left for Inept, and you can see it in their actions that they're doing everything that they can to mitigate these deaths. These final few moments of this championship game is underway. Sulfur with a well-placed shot onto Kaiser, and yeah, it's right now down to these final few moments. Only now down by 7 points, 6 points. I mean, they really still could come back. Demise getting a nade onto Sulfur does not help their situation. Shots onto Vexation as he's up on Nest. Demise, shots onto Basket Weaver. He's one shot moving onto Nest, but the player up there is already dead. Two kills left for Divided. Stepping up to the plate, coming through for what could be the Chumps situation master. Where's this player coming from? He's right from above. 1 point left. And that's going to do it, folks. The win has been made. The legacy has been fulfilled. And